So last class we did synthetic polymers. Today we'll do natural polymers. So natural polymers we have carbohydrates, it's starch, fats. So starch is basically polymer of glucose. Polymer of glucose. Fats are proteins is made up of amino acids. Polymer of amino acids. Polymer of amino acids. So glucose this is the structure of glucose actually. It's a hexose sugar. যাদের bio আছে তোমরা বুঝবা, it's a hexose sugar. Hexose sugar হলো একটা sugar which has 6 carbons in it. So therefore there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 carbons. But obviously chemistry you don't need all this. Chemistry you don't need all this. Chemistry আমাদের simple একটা structure আছে, সেটা হলো so we represent glucose as a diol. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Fatty acid আমাদের fatty acid with a triol. So this is also known as glycerol. Our amino acid's structure is a carbon at the center with the R group, with a hydrogen, with a COOH, with the NH2.
Sir, that box with the hydroxides is glucose, right?
This one is glucose.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on. So let's first start with carbohydrates. So what are carbohydrates?
Sir, from where did the R come from?
I'll explain that later. What are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are sugars. So it could be plant sugars. The source could be plant, which is known as starch. The source could be animal, which is known as glycogen. So we are not concerned with a glycogen. We are not even concerned with cellulose. We are concerned with starch. So what is starch? Starch is the polymer of glucose. So glucose's structure is a very complex structure. So we are not concerned with that. What we're concerned is it is a diol. So this is one glucose, this is another glucose. This is one glucose and this is another glucose. So আমরা last class we studied about ester linkage. মনে আছে?
Yes.
So ester linkage Yasrib, what were the functional groups?
Sir, OH.
Alcohol and carboxylic acid.
Alcohol and carboxylic acid. Acha. So here it's alcohol and alcohol. ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা. So in ester এস্টারে তোমার কার্বক্সিলিক অ্যাসিড থেকে which part goes away?
OH.
Carboxylic
OH না
Carbox
carboxylic
carboxylic acid থেকে OH goes away.
OH.
আর alcohol থেকে what goes away?
H.
আচ্ছা H goes away. এখানে although both of them are alcohols, from one of the alcohol OH will go away and from one of the alcohol H will go away. So what remains?
So HO and O and OH. HO,
and
O and OH.
So this is when two monomers are joining. This is when two monomers are joining. Eventually that will lead to what? Eventually it will lead to a polymer. So polymer, there's a O. Okay, so if you can see, this is our monomer number 1, this is our monomer number 2, and this is our monomer number 3. So from each of the monomers, from one side, H goes away. From one side, H goes away. From the other side, the OH goes away. From one side, H goes away. From the other side, OH goes away. And eventually this gives us what? A polymer. So monomer number 1, left hand side, what is going away? Sorry, monomer number 2. Monomer number 2, from the left hand side, what is going away?
H.
And from the right side?
OH.
Okay, monomer number 1, from the right side, what goes away?
OH.
From the left side?
Nothing.
H.
Oh.
H. X side OH gele, R side H যাবে. From monomer number 3, left hand side থেকে কি যাচ্ছে?
H.
H. তাহলে right hand side থেকে কি যাবে?
OH.
OH. So then we get this. Did you understand how this polymerization is happening?
Yes, sir.
Whenever you see there's something like this, instantly you would know that this is a carbohydrate. Okay, this is a carbohydrate. Let's now come to fats. What is the difference between fat and oil?
Sir,
fat is the solid form and oil is the liquid form.
Yes. Fat is the solid form, oil is the liquid form. What are fats made up of? Fatty
Lipids.
acids.
Oh, fatty acids. Yeah.
Lipids. It's made up of lipids.
Lipids.
And lipids are made up of fatty acid. আচ্ছা এটাকে আরেকটু তাহলে
And glycerol, na, sir?
Glycerol আছে।
fatty acids, fats are made up of lipids. Lipids are made up of
Fatty acid and glycerol.
Fatty acids and glycerol.
So fatty acid, the term acid, mane what functional group does it have? Zuhair Khan.
Carboxylic acid.
Very good. So it has a carboxylic acid with a R. এখন what is R? R could be anything. It could be a box, it could be a square, it could be a 17 carbon chain, whatever. So ওলিক অ্যাসিডের নাম শুনছো তোমরা? ওলিক অ্যাসিড অথবা সাইট্রিক অ্যাসিড?
Citric acid.
citric acid শুনছো।
So citric acid.
আচ্ছা, so citric acid it has a acid group, right? So citric acid citric acid has a acid group and it has a formula of C6H807. So ধরে নাও apart from this carboxylic acid everything else in this structure is R. Why do we take R? Because they have
part in the reaction.
they do
They
not
don't take part in the.
exactly, and they have no role to play here. They have no role to play here. ejono we take it as an R. আচ্ছা, glycerol. গ্লিসারলের আরেকটা নাম হলো ট্রাইঅল। গ্লিসারলের আরেকটা নাম হলো ট্রাইঅল। ট্রাইঅল নাম মানে কি? What does triol mean?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
It has 3 alcohols.
Three
Very
alcohol.
good. It has 3 alcohols. So, what is its structure? It is a CH2 OH. A CH OH. A CH2 OH. So how many OH groups does it have?
3.
3.
So now you know why is it known as a triol.
Yes.
Umran,
Sir,
can you name this compound?
yes, triol or glycerol.
এটা তো আমি বলে দিছি।
Sir, pentanol.
পেন্টানল। পেন্টা মানে কয়টা?
Sorry, sir, propanol, right?
প্রোপানল। ভেরি গুড, প্রোপানল। সো এটার নাম হবে প্রোপ্যান
Propan triol এর মতো কিছু না।
1
2, 3 all.
1, 2, 3.
1 2
1 2 3 all. কারণ 3টা কার্বনই OH আছে। What আবার triol কেন?
তে 3টা OH আছে না?
তো 1 2 3 কেন লিখছো?
1 2 তো হলো পজিশন, যে there is a OH in the first it's a 3 second ও আছে, third ও আছে। This shows the position. কারণ এমনও তো হতে পারতো যে there are 2 OH in the second one but there's no OH in the third one. এখন এমনও তো হতে পারতো না? Was that possible or not?
স্যার থার্ডটা যদি কোনো ওয়েস না থাকে তাহলে তো ইট উড হ্যাভ বিন ডায়ল।
Sorry?
থার্ডটা যদি ওএইচ না থাকতো তাহলে তো ইট উড হ্যাভ বিন ডায়ল,
হ্যাঁ
ট্রায়াল না।
হ্যাঁ, but if there were 2 OH in the same carbon, তখন কি আমরা would we write 1 2 3 triol or would we have a different name?
ও হ্যাঁ,
Different.
What would be the name?
1 2 triol.
1 2 ট্রায়াল।
1
1 2 try.
1
2 trial.
2 2 triol.
2 triol.
যাও নাম don't
Magic.
মানে mess up with the name, দরকার নেই। এটা জাস্ট তোমাদের একটু চেক করলাম, at least propanol বলতে পারছো তাহলে that's good enough. আচ্ছা, so here we have a OH group, here we have a carboxylic acid group, right? তাহলে এটা কি টাইপ অফ বন্ড ফর্ম করবে, কি টাইপ অফ পলিমার ফর্ম করবে?
Polyester.
Polyester, very good. Polyester. So from the carboxylic acid group, which one is going to go away?
OH.
OH. And from the alcohol?
H.
H. So for 3 alcohols, how many acids do we need?
3 acid.
9টা না?
So
No,
একটা alcoholের জন্য I need 1 acid. So for 3 alcohols, how many acids do we need?
3.
3 acid.
3 acid. So তার মানে a lipid is made up of 3 fatty acids plus 1 glycerol. 3 fatty acids plus 1 glycerol. So I'm showing you the structure, draw it. So তোমরা কি দেখতে পাচ্ছ the structure?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
3 molecules of fatty acid plus 1 molecule of glycerol gives us 1 macromolecule of a fat. Please draw this. Please draw this. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ঠিক আছে, এখন we go back to Yasrib's question. Why the second one has just 1 hydrogen? এই যে এখানে দেখো, how many bonds can 1 carbon form?
4.
4.
So 1 2 3 4. This carbon 1 2 3 4. So এই জন্য they have 1 hydrogen at the center. বুঝছো এবার?
না স্যার, স্টিল বুঝতেছি।
This is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, this is carbon number 3. This is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, this is carbon number 3. So carbon number 2 is already bonded to 2 other carbon. Tala, how many bonds is he left with?
2.
So 1 is bonded to hydrogen, the other bond is bonded to OH.
বুঝছি।
Any more questions, people?
No, sir.
Okay, great. For your kind information, you don't have fats in your syllabus.
We don't have what?
Fats. এই যে যেটা মাত্র পড়ালাম এটা নাই।
Yeah, you mentioned natural polymers 9.
না ন্যাচারাল পলিমার্স আছে, বাট ন্যাচারাল পলিমার্স এর মধ্যে ফ্যাটস নাই।
Oh.
Okay? Our next, the last one. Is everybody clear about this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so we are finishing off the syllabus with proteins.
মাংস।
So what are proteins made up of?
Amino acids.
Amino acids.
Amino acids.
Amino acids. আচ্ছা, so amino acid এর basic structure কি? এটা biochemistry সবার জন্য same. It has a carbon at the center. It has a R group. It has a carboxylic acid group. It has an amine group. And it has a hydrogen. এখন সবার question ছিল, why is it a R group? As mentioned before, R could be anything. So তোমরা কি গ্লাইসিনের কথা শুনছো? গ্লাইসিন?
No.
Nobody. আচ্ছা, so আমাদের বডিতে how many types of amino acids are there?
Many?
20টা না?
20 types. Very good. 20 types.
So 20.
Are the simplest amino acid is glycine. So সব amino acid এর এই কথাটা সবাই ভালোভাবে শুনো. Listen to this very carefully. All amino acid has the same basic structure. NH2, a hydrogen, and a carboxylic acid. Then how do you differentiate? You differentiate with the R group. So if your R group has a hydrogen with the NH2, a carboxylic acid and another hydrogen. আচ্ছা, এটাকে আমরা let's just give another color. So if your R group is hydrogen, this is glycine. If your R group is CH3 and your other structures are still the same, this is alanine. Alanine. তোমরা কি বুঝতে পেরেছো?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
why aren't we concerned about the R group?
Doesn't take part in the reaction.
Doesn't take part in the reaction. Very
But
good.
sir, it doesn't take part in the reaction, but different chemicals with R groups. So the R group is what makes them different, right?
Exactly. So since there are 20 types of amino acid, that means there are 20 types of R groups. Got it, Zayan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Zayan, it's just not for you, for everybody. We are mentioning that there are 20. So chotobelay amar je problem ta hoto. I used to think that in our whole body there is just 20 amino acids, but that's wrong. There are 20 types of amino acid. Each type can be like there are thousands of them or there are millions of them.
Sir, DNA তে তো আছে। DNA তে
DNA তে অ্যামাইনো অ্যাসিড কোত্থেকে আসছে?
না DNA না, ওই যে কি জানি, আরে পড়ছিলাম ভুলে গেছি স্যার।
ইনসুলিন।
হ্যাঁ
ইনসুলিন আছে। যাই হোক, বায়ো এতটুকু দরকার নেই, জাস্ট ফর এক্সট্রা ইনফরমেশন। There are 4 groups attached to this carbon: a R group, a hydrogen, a amine group, and a carboxylic acid group. Which groups would actually participate in the reaction?
So COOH and H2N.
COOH and
H2N.
All of them.
Am I? Yeah,
Sir,
yeah, all
sir,
of them
everything-
except for the R group.
Everything
wait,
except
guys,
the R group.
guys, chill. One by one.
So all the functional groups. Yes.
All the functional groups. Okay. Any other opinion?
Yes, sir. All the groups except for R group.
All the groups except for R. Any other opinion?
স্যার শুধু ওই কার্বক্সিল গ্রুপ আর অ্যামাইন গ্রুপটা।
শুধু carboxylic group or amine group? Okay. Anybody else?
Sir, only NH2 and
Sir,
CO,
H2N and COH.
except for R and H.
Okay. So আমরা এই পুরা জিনিসটাকে we can draw it as a box because they do not participate. So what participates? Only NH2 and only carboxylic acid. So এটাকে আমরা কিভাবে ড্র করতে পারি? A COOH, a C, sorry.
NH2.
Okay, so this is one of the amino acids. We'll move to a next page. So let's take 3 amino acids: COOH, NH2, so please don't answer in chat boxes. It's difficult for me to take all of them. And then we have, okay, so now we'll draw these 3 side by side. So a black amino acid, orange amino acid.
Sir, if only the functional groups participate in reactions and the functional group is the same for all amino acids, how do they behave differently?
Behave differently as in?
Like the reactions have different products and like outcomes.
কে বলছে?
Does that answer?
No. I know it's you, but who said that they have different products?
Oh, I just assumed, sir, because they're different compounds.
No. So obviously they can form different types of proteins because of, although they have the same structure, but they have a different R group, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So due to that R group, it will study in A2. We'll
Okay,
study
sir.
that in A2. How does these amino acid behave differently? So basically, their behavior depends on the R group. From the black carboxylic acid, what is going to go away?
OH.
OH.
And from the orange amine,
H. 1H.
so from the orange carboxylic acid, what's going to go away?
OH.
And from the green one,
H.
H.
shabash. So from the black amine group, what's going to go away?
H. And OH from green.
From the green,
OH.
তোমরা তো pro level হয়ে গেলা, pro level. Very good. So what is left? C double bond O, NH, then you have nitrogen with a hydrogen and orange and C double bond O and an H with a box and a C double bond O and them. So how many moles of water is going away?
Sir, 1, 2, 3. 3 moles.
2 moles. This is 1. This is 1. 2 moles of water.
Sir, ওদিক থেকে যাচ্ছে।
না এটা তো continuation. এটাতে আমরা we don't consider this.
আচ্ছা।
We don't consider this. So now if you can answer this, I'll send you chocolates through Uber. So what is the what type of, so this is not the question, this is a by question. So what type of polymer is this?
Polyamide.
Polyamine, I think.
Polyamide.
স্যার সবাই বিদ্যা দিবেন।
This is, I asked, this is not the question. So this is a polyamide. Acha. What type of polyamide is this? Natural or synthetic?
Natural.
Okay. What is the example of a synthetic polyamide?
Nylon.
No, wait.
Nylon.
Whoever told pteryline or ethylene, I'll kick you.
Yes, sir.
It's nylon.
Nani.
Acha. So this is synthetic polyamide, which is nylon. So now the question is, how would you know? But just by looking at the, structure, which one is a natural polyamide and which one is a synthetic polyamide?
স্যার নাইলনে তো দুইটা মনোমার থাকে, তাই বক্সগুলো তো ডিফারেন্ট হবে, আর পলিয়াম ওই প্রোটিনে একটাই মনোমার থাকে।
Shabash. So Devashree is the winner. So although she couldn't answer 100%, but she's almost correct. So nylon তোমার one monomer has carboxylic acid on both the sides. The other monomer has amine on both the sides. But এখানে দেখো একটা অ্যামাইনো
এখানে mix sir
একটা মনোমারের মধ্যেই you have a carboxylic acid and you have an
and
amine.
amine
বুঝছো তোমরা? So in a synthetic polyamide there are two monomers. One has carboxylic acid on both sides, one has amine on both sides. Our natural polyamide, they have carboxylic acid and amine on the same monomer. So we are done with chemistry O-level syllabus.